I love gold so much that I even lost my genitalia in an unfortunate smelting accident. Hence the name Goldman.
Hello and welcome to part 8 of the perfect walkthrough for Unreal. So we are now on the nice map, the Nali boat, otherwise known as Serpent Canyon. Now obviously the boat as a mover has more than 8 keyframes. So what the mapper Jean-Claude did is he used the object, path, and path point actors to create a mover with more than 8 keyframes. Okay, by the way, there's a secret right there. Pirates of Nali. It's sort of obvious once you've played it a few times. Anyways, what you do to create an object path mover is you add an object path to the map at the pivot point of the mover, then add your path points which act as the literal path of the mover. Once those are configured and you've tagged the mover with the one in object path properties, set object path's advanced property bool be static to false, and have a trigger all the path points and object paths, which need to be tagged the same name. That's sort of just a little tutorial if you were wondering how the mapper did that. Okay, now onto the map. Nali Castle by Jean-Claude. I think the Unreal dev team chose this map to be on the flyby for a reason. I suppose that, with the exception of its grandeur, the Nali Castle is also a sort of a representation of Nepali. I'd have to say that this is one of the most atmospheric maps out of the original Unreal series. Again, this map is a map that really pulls in the player and grabs the player's attention, although once more the map's lighting sort of creates a dark mood. Along with the grungy textures, it sort of fits with the atmosphere. I think that, similar to Bluff Ever Smoking, the key to taking away the dullness and seemingly out-of-place dark mood is through contrast. Claude, like Misha, uses brightly lit rooms and contrasting textures to sort of set a different appearance in the castle. Additionally, the music is a bit calm, which isn't necessarily what you'd expect from a map like this. But again, it takes away from the preceding atmosphere of grunginess, such as dark green, and brings in a new one. There is enough detail as well as visual awe, which is conveyed through size and atmosphere, to say that this map is ambitious and monumental. In addition to its picturesque appearance, sort of makes a dramatic scene. This all adds into conceptual grandness. With the exception of Bluff Ever Smoking, this is probably the best example of conceptual grandness and detail when it comes to the original Unreal maps. The inside, like I said before, is very detailed. Claude places small additions to every room that take away the plainness of the map as a whole, unlike Dasa Cellars, whose rooms, while detailed, aren't necessarily eye-catching or interesting. The Nali Castle's rooms come off as interesting for the most part, especially, for example, the fireplace and church rooms. And that's what players are looking for in maps, instead of having overly simplistic rooms or uninteresting ideas for rooms. Now, gameplay is a bit difficult to rate once more because, while at times it can be somewhat challenging, it's still on the easier side of difficulty. As much as the map is awe-inspiring, if I had to pick one thing that needs improvement, I'd definitely say the gameplay. And this is in terms of monsters, monster count, and the difficulty of monsters. The player does receive some hints as to where to go and whatnot, so in terms of flux, the gameplay isn't too bad. There are a good amount of translator events everywhere around the map, and not all of them are indicators as to where to go. In fact, there are some translator events that, while they aren't extensive, try to sort of string together their own subplot. similar to Bluff Eversmoke, and in comparison to most other maps, this map's string of translator events are more detailed as a whole. So I gave Atmosphere a 5, Conceptual Grandness of 4, Visual Impact 5, Gameplay 3, and Storyline Implementation 5. And coincidentally, that gives us a rating of 4.4, which is actually the same rating Bluff Eversmoke received from me.
Headshot. Headshot. Headshot.
This is a keeper. I love gold so much that I even lost my genitalia in an unfortunate smelting accident. Hence the name Gold. Oh well, then there is no pleasing you. say goodbye.
Okay, so this is the second boss fight in the game, if you consider the first Titan to be a boss fight. I don't, so I'd say it's the first, really. The best way to defeat this guy is simple. Just keep moving, watch where his projectiles land and avoid them, and keep shooting. Try to go in circles around the bridge. That's the best way to sort of keep him away from you, because he will try to go up to you and sort of land a cheap shot on you and then move away. If you land most, if not all shots, it should be a very short fight. Now the next map is not the very lovely Demon Crater. The problem with this map is that it's sort of a mixture between a passage map and an actual map. There isn't too much detail, and you can't really argue that it should be rated on detail because it's such a small map. What I can say is that the gameplay in terms of combat is great. I'd love to give it a 5 on gameplay if it were a larger and more detailed map. And I'd like to point out that the best way to beat this map is to rush to activate the generator and kill each enemy in a couple seconds with either the rifle, flat cannon, or 8-ball gun. And after that, you should be on your way to the dreaded mothership maps. And what I mean by that, taking a few seconds to kill each enemy, is that when using the flat cannon or the rifle or the 8-ball gun, you should be able to kill them in a few seconds with a few shots. In other words, don't miss, because what that's going to do is that's going to give another enemy the chance to hit you from some angle where you can't see, and that's very common. So the most efficient way to get past levels like these where there's just a bunch of monsters everywhere is to spend only a few seconds on each enemy. If not, you'll probably get hit from the back, because the monster that you would be paying attention to had you killed the other in time is now behind you and is about